Going to talk about
I want to talk about Black people within theater.
do you feel represented in your classes and extracurriculars?
Classes a little bit. I think when you are in a small learning community that's based around social justice, I think more people of color are willing to join those courses. But I think steadily as you grow older, they kind of fade out. So not as much as I got older. Extracurriculars, not as much. I did School of Visual and Performing Arts, which is the theater department at Montclair High School. And then I also did Serendipity, which was like a DIY music, like indie thing. And theater especially, I don't think across the board is very accepting of people of color.
Why so?
I don't really know what the deal is. I think when you have white people dominating a certain space, Black people won't be as comfortable to join those spaces.
When have you felt isolated in the theater/arts department?
I don't think I've ever felt isolated or locked out. I think when I was a sophomore, I was really extremely uncomfortable being in a room full of white people I didn't really know.
In what ways does race intersect with the arts?
I think race intersects with the arts in a way of like Black people have created this form of art, music, dancing, rhythm, all these things. Everything that is music, I think, stems from Black people. You see it with like Helms or like slave songs singing in the fields, and then it like evolves into all these different things, and that's where you like get art from, I think.
Okay, and what would have helped your experience being a person of color in the theater department?
I think what would have helped, and it did help my junior year, which is like very impactful, was having someone who looked like me and like was in a high position or was loved by many people. Like my junior year, one of the heads of tech was Black and was my friend, and that I think helped majorly for a bunch of other people. You saw a huge boost of like people of color that year. In my experience with racism within the theater department, it has happened. It's not like at a big scale. I think when you are someone of color and you're in such a white space and like and you do so many things that are like white dominated, I've gotten a comment saying like, oh, if you say the N-word, I think I forget that you're Black sometimes. I think that's the only like thing that's ever happened to me.
What are the attitudes of people in your own community about you being into?
Within the Black community and me being involved in theater, I think the response you get is like, okay, that's fine, you do you, I don't need to do that. But you also have to experience like your own little bias towards it. And I think, again, when you are in a white dominated space, people I think forget, or they don't take you as legitimate for being Black, as if you did something else.